everyone, how's everybody doing? My name is Reginald Ringgold, and I am here to bring you a special message brought to you by Master Investment Group. This is the retail bond monetization process, using leverage and margin to establish more buying power. When we are investing in the markets, or we're in our normal business practices in any business or market sector that you may be in, what is always prevalent is the need for capital as business opportunities arise, or maybe an emergency or something that was unforeseen that may come about. So having access to capital is very, very vital. And in this particular presentation, I'm going to actually break down how one can increase their buying power and leverage without increasing your margin or margin requirement. So without further ado, we will go to the retail bond monetization process. So, effectively using leverage allows one to increase their buying power without increasing their margin requirements. So when you're dealing with a normal broker, if we're talking about the United States, a broker in the US will offer you what's known as 50 to 1. That means for every $1 that you put up, they will give you $50. If we're talking about abroad, brokers will give you what's known as 500 to 1. Okay? So that's 500 to 1. For every $1, they will give you $500. Okay? So this is abroad. Now, if we're talking about a bank, a local bank or credit union, without an established credit history, a local bank or credit union will offer you leverage of 1 to 1. That means you put up $1, they give you $1. Now in this scenario, you would think, okay, why would I even want to do this? And there's no reason to do it unless you're trying to establish credit. If I give my money to a broker and he doesn't give me any leverage, I am now introducing counterparty risk and paying fees to do so. You'll see that a lot when you talk about cost for margin in a cash account that doesn't have any leverage. These are typically going to be retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs. So, if we understand how banks work, if you've established credit with a bank, the bank will give you credit based on no margin requirement. Okay? That means the bank will give you what's known as a 1 to 0. For your credit history, the bank will be willing to lend you 1 unit. It could be 100,000, it could be $1 million, it could be $1,000. But you're putting up your credit to be able to obtain access to this capital. But a lot of times, if we don't have credit, then we're put in a situation where we're required to use cash, what's known as cash on delivery. Okay? COD. So, having access to more buying power without initial margin requirements is where this puts you. This means that the capital that's on the line, right, is not yours. You get access to obtain capital using just your personal guarantee. And your personal guarantee, it's much easier to replace if something goes wrong versus trying to replace capital that you have worked your whole adult life for. Your personal guarantee, i.e. your FICO score, it's worth nothing in a time of financial crisis when the banks are not willing to lend regardless of your creditworthiness or your willingness to put up a personal guarantee. So it's very, very important that you understand this. Okay? So in this example, I'm going to give you a masterful calculation, a very powerful tool where you can go in and you can take the leverage of 500 to 1, incorporate this 1 to 0, okay? Then take this 1 over here, in essence turning it into 500 to 0. How am I able to do that? Because